So the sheep are on pasture. It's a really nice day out today. The sun is hot but not too hot. It's kind of like the perfect temperature. I don't mind the sheep being out in this temperature. On the farm, guys, I am just watching over the sheep for a little bit. It's not only then I'm watching though, I'm also watching the skies. I have the curtains up, so I'm watching the skies. So the sheep are on pasture. It's a really nice day out today. The sun is hot but not too hot. It's kind of like the perfect temperature. I don't mind the sheep being out in this temperature. They're getting their silage. These are Barbados black-belly sheep, purebred. We have 2 rams here in focus, and 1 ewe over here. She's a little bit older. You guys watch my video, this is a bit before me. When hopefully we can get some lambs on land, on farm, on scene, on location. But guys, these are the Barbados black-belly sheep. Young ram. I mean, I don't technically like to call them or give them names, but this one here we call Speck. He has a couple of white specks on his body, and this one here I call white tip because he has a white tip, very small white tip at the end of his tail. Barbados black-belly sheep are hairy sheep, and that means, quite frankly, that they do not need shearing, which is super easy. It makes it much easier for the handler, for the keeper, because then at the end of the day there's not that added expense where every year or every couple of months you need to shear that excess wool from these sheep. That's what hairy sheep are. They don't need shearing. Now, black-belly sheep in particular, they're very, very hardy sheep. Now, excuse the wind, guys. I don't have the mic today, so excuse the wind. There's a lot of wind. It's very, very windy today, although it's sunny. We've been having some really strange weather. So it's sunny out, but the wind is still really, really high. So excuse the audio if you drop out a couple of words. My bad. But the Barbados black-belly sheep, as I was saying, they're hardy sheep. They're naturally very resistant to parasites. These particular sheep, I would have drenched them a couple of weeks ago. Usually the vet advises me that we don't have to drench them too often, again because they're highly resistant to parasites. Probably once a year, once every 10 months will do, unless of course they're not being pastured and they're on the same ground. Then what you would want to do is you would want to double up on that worming, not necessarily by dosage but by the amount of times you worm, because those parasites are going to be attacking. Of course they come from the earth, and the space in which they use, if they're not moved from pasture to pasture, they're going to be living on the parasites that you're trying to get rid of. So you're going to want to, I'm talking about them and they're disappearing, you're going to want to keep that in mind when you're trying to set up a time or a routine, should I say, to worm your flock. I'm just going to follow them a little bit because I'm talking about them after all. So as you know, sheep, well, I'm not going to follow them, but I'm going to go somewhere where I could just probably pick them up. So as hairy sheep, there's no wooling. The Barbados black-belly sheep, highly resistant to parasites, and of course one of the better qualities about them is that, madam, go. One of the better qualities about them is that the meat is excellent meat. They produce some of the best meat in terms of sheep, in terms of lamb, from all of the different breeds of sheep. They get to produce weight in about 10 months or so, and that weight varies, of course, with your diet, the diet you have them on and you have them accustomed to. So what I do is I try to give them as much silage as possible, which I pick up from whoever is selling silage here on the island, silage or hay. I try to pick up as much as I can from whoever is selling here on the island, because sometimes it is really scarce and hard to come by. So whenever it is available, I get as much as I can so that the sheep have that additional roughage. Then what I try to do is I try to put them on pasture as much as I can too. So whenever I'm here and I'm doing some work, especially if I'm going to be here for a couple of hours, I make sure that they are on their free range. So like now they're on free range. This land I occupy only 2 acres, but the range of this land is actually 40 acres. So they literally have as much space as they can roam for the 3 of them to consume as much grass, roughage as possible. It's dry. This is what we will consider our dry season now here in the Caribbean. I'm in Barbados, so here in Barbados is what we consider our dry season. So right now the grass is a little brown, it's getting golden. They still eat it, but they still do look for that green leaf, because that's what helps scratch up their rumen. That's what gets their digestive system going. So at the end of the day, that's important for them to be out on pasture, to have that roughage, to have that green silage in their gut, to prepare that gut for digestion. Now to supplement that, I buy grain. I do buy grain. Eventually I would like to stay away from grain because of some of the chemicals that are in it. Now we don't get a lot of chemicals in our grain, but there's still some. So for now I do supplement with grain, and they get 1 bowl of grain every day along with what they're eating now and the silage I give them in pen. So there's silage in pen. First of all, that's the hay that I grab from people that bale hay. Then there is the free range hay or grass, which is what they're eating at the moment, which is most of what their diet consists of, because most of the time I'm up here I would let them free range them and the goat to start their gut, to start their intestine working. And then on mornings I give them 1 bucket full of grain, and that would help aid, supplement, and give them the little body to fill that gut and help with that digestive system. So that's pretty much how I feed, or the diet that I have them on. Now, even with that diet, what we want to practice doing to get your sheep probably nice and healthy, what I do, remember guys, I am novice, so I will not pretend that I have all of the answers. But what I do is I try to keep water on hand. Now there's a guy that I know that actually literally physically mixes his sheep ration, his wheat, his barley, his oats with water. He says that what that does is that helps with their actual digestion, and they can consume more and it not just stick up in their gut, because it goes almost directly to their rumen. It kind of makes sense, but I don't practice that a lot. What I do practice is always having water on hand, where while they eat, they can always stop at any given point in time, come to a water outlet that I have at different points. There's one down here next to me in the field, then there's one further up in their pens on the outside, and then of course their main water source, which is actually on the inside of their pen. So all of these water sources give them the option of having available water to them as they still free range on the land. That's important because just like you and I, we also need water to aid in our digestive system, to aid for our digestive tracts, for the food to be broken down correctly. As ruminants, they need the same things because of how their gut works. Silage is important, grain is important, but water is probably one of the most important things that you can give or provide for your animals. Not just sheep, but for any animals. Goats, birds, dogs, every animal, every living being needs water to survive. So that's what we want to keep in mind for healthy animals on a farm. Now the other thing is, guys, obviously you know that I'm just shooting the animals as we speak, as I talk to you guys. The other thing is, guys, that Barbados black-bellied sheep are wanted. They're good because at the end of the day, most sheep cannot lamb twice a year, but for the Barbados black-bellied sheep, they are able to lamb twice a year. Twice a year. Now with a gestation of 5 months, roughly 5 months, call it about 150 days or so, give or take, a couple days. Barbados black-bellied sheep, they're able to lamb twice a year. After their offspring, the lambs are weaned, they're up again every 17 days. There's a heat cycle, so the ewe comes back in and she's able to be bred up to 2 times a year. Now if you choose to breed your ewes that often, then you do, and if you choose not to because you want to have another breeding system, well, that's fine also, but you do have that option of having the sheep bred twice a year. Besides that, the black-bellied sheep, Barbados black-bellied sheep, have also been known to have up to 4, 5, and sometimes even 6 lambs at a birthing, at a lambing. Now, most people that have sheep, keep sheep, know sheep, will also understand that 6 lambs for 1 sheep is a lot. So you have to be prepared that if your sheep may have that many lambs, that push come to shove, you may have to end up bottle feeding the majority of these lambs because the mother may not be able to take care of all of them herself. A perfect lambing ratio is probably 2, where a mother can take care of both of them herself. A mother may be able to juggle 3, 4, but 2 is perfect, where she can definitely take care of them herself. Now, lambing wise, usually they can lamb without much external assistance. You don't need to be there for them. Again, another great attribute of the Barbados black-bellied sheep, because most of the times when they're ready to lamb or to give birth, you're not around. So it is great that these sheep are able or would be able to take care of themselves and their offspring when their time is here or near. Barbados black-bellied sheep would be a great asset on farms for farmers that probably don't have, like for a novice farmer, because they're easy to keep. They're not an aggressive type of sheep, although the rams, when they come of age, can get quite rambunctious. At least I say, no pun intended. They can get quite rambunctious and they're known to butt. So just be aware that a ram is not a pet, and once he treats you as though he's a brother, he may want to have a butting competition with you in which you will lose. So you can also be wary of your young rams, as I am now, especially as my rams are now coming into an age that they may want to start breeding. I just pay careful attention to the rams just in case they start to show signs of aggression. But other than that, Barbados black-bellied sheep are great for a novice farmer, people that are looking to get into farming, and want lamb on their land. I did it, so you can do it. Whatever you do, inspire yourself.